You feel it, don't you? That subtle pressure building beneath the surface of everything. It's not just stress or a bad mood, it's a deep, resonant hum in the collective consciousness, a tension making even the smallest interactions feel fragile, poised on a knife's edge. Lately, it's been a shadow, a whisper. But today? Today it's not a ripple lapping at the shore. It's a tide rolling in, vast and undeniable, carrying something immense just beneath its surface. This isn't a day for autopilot. This is a day that demands you show up, eyes wide open, senses sharpened. Because the current running through everything right now? It's testing us. Testing who notices the cracks in the facade, who feels the ground shifting beneath their feet, and who simply gets swept away by the undertow. You are one of the few wired to catch this frequency shift before the sirens blare. That awareness humming in your bones isn't a quirky sensitivity, it's a responsibility etched into your being. What stirs now moves with a quiet stealth. If you dismiss the prickling on your neck, the strange syncopation of the day, if you shrug it off as coincidence or fatigue, you might miss the crucial moment. The moment before the consequences take root, deep and hidden, while everyone else is distracted, staring intently at the wrong horizon. Something else is already moving into position behind the curtain of the ordinary. Look closer at the world outside your window. Notice the life that thrives in the forgotten corners, the cracks in the pavement, the overgrown edges. There's a strangeness there, a feverishness to the growth. It's not the patient, seasonal unfurling our ancestors tracked with reverence. This feels accelerated, restless, almost impatient. Vines coil into intricate, unfamiliar symbols, as if tracing invisible blueprints. Plants twist into shapes that seem less organic and more like deliberate mimicry. Animals appear with subtle, uncanny features, a flash of color in an eye that shouldn't have it, a pattern on fur that feels alien, like the very template of life is being quietly, urgently revised. It's easy to miss if you're rushing. But you feel it. That faint, pervasive hum vibrating just below the surface of reality. It feels less like creation blossoming and more like creation being pushed, forced to replicate faster, spill over, fill every conceivable void. Not for beauty's sake. For preparation. The silent, unsettling question hangs in the charged air, asterisk, what is this hidden bloom getting ready for? Why is the world multiplying itself so frantically in the shadows, asterisk, somewhere, behind this veil of accelerated life, something waits. Patiently. Watching for the precise alignment, the exact moment to step forward from its camouflage of rampant growth. And when it does, everything we assumed was static, predictable, still, will begin to move in ways we cannot yet fathom. The boundary between what is seen and what remains unseen isn't just thinning today, it's being agitated. This isn't the gentle parting of some spiritual veil you've heard described in hushed tones. This feels different. Raw. It's the unseen world pushing back, its energies, pent up and simmering for months, finally spilling over into the physical realm in ways most will dismiss as mere oddity, a weird Tuesday. But you'll catch the shift instantly. It's in the slight dissonance of a conversation, the way someone's gaze skitters away just a fraction too quickly, the fleeting, impossible pattern glimpse from the corner of your eye that vanishes before you can fully register it. While others write it off as fatigue or stress, you know. There's intelligence behind this movement. Purpose. And your ability to perceive it? It's no cosmic accident. This unease you feel is a signal. You are meant to recognize that the world isn't just acting strangely, it's reacting. Reacting to a presence, a force, a shift that hasn't yet fully revealed its face. You are being activated. But not for a grand, dramatic entrance. Your moment to guide won't come with fanfare or a spotlight. It will arrive cloaked in silence, easily mistaken for insignificance. Maybe it's the profound, unspoken lostness in the eyes of a stranger waiting at the bus stop. Maybe it's the weight behind a friend's casual text message, the words lighter than the emotional current beneath them. Maybe it's a single, seemingly random comment online that inexplicably tugs at your attention, demanding a response. No trumpet will sound. No one will point and say, "This is it. Your destiny." Instead, you'll feel the subtlest internal nudge, a quiet, undeniable pull in your core whispering, asterisk, this one. This is yours. Asterisk, that pull is your purpose awakening. And here's the profound secret: your guidance won't require sermons or grandstanding. Often, the most potent reminder you can offer the world is simply embodying the strength, the presence, the possibility that others have forgotten resides within them too. The world desperately needs these living reminders right now. You are one. The pivotal question is, when that silent call echoes within you today, will you answer? Know this: you are moving through this charged day with a subtle protection you likely won't recognize until you look back. Some days unfold in straight lines, predictable and smooth. Today is not that day. Today is a labyrinth of unexpected bends, frustrating detours, and sudden, jarring stops that feel like pure inconvenience in the moment. You miss the bus by seconds. Coffee spills dramatically in your clean shirt just as you're heading out. You get unexpectedly waylaid by someone whose chatter holds you precisely where you didn't plan to be. The easy label is bad luck. But if you could perceive the intricate weaving happening just beyond sight, you'd see these as divine edits. An invisible hand gently, firmly rerouting you. Not because you're weak or fragile, but because the path you thought you needed leads to a tangle, while the detour guides you towards an encounter essential to a larger story unfolding. The greatest blessings often wear the disguise of disruption. That delay? It might be gifting you the crucial minutes for the right door to swing open. That obstacle? It could be shielding you from stepping into a situation still volatile, not yet ready to receive you. The surface chaos is camouflage. The interruption, seen rightly, is a profound favor. So if today feels disjointed, if your plans crumble like dry sand, resist the urge to fight the current. Instead, watch. Observe where the unseen current is nudging you. Sometimes, the most miraculous shifts occur precisely in the moments you weren't. Consider the deeper rhythm beneath our modern obsession with digital clocks and rigid calendars. Our ancestors measured time by the land, the light, the celestial dance. For many ancient traditions, mid-August wasn't just a date, it was a powerful, subtle turning point. The bridge between summer's exuberant expansion and the quiet, gathering pull towards harvest. They sensed the shift, the fields subtly changing their song, the air thickening with a different weight, the light falling across the earth in longer, more golden angles. It wasn't merely seasonal adjustment, it was the spirit world leaning closer, thinning the veil. This period was a spiritual crossroads, a time when guidance and omens flowed more freely into the human realm. August 14th often sat in the potent shadow of something even greater, the rising and observance of Sirius, the spiritual sun. To the Egyptians, Sirius heralded the life-giving flood of the Nile. To others, it was a cosmic beacon, signaling renewal, divine messages, and a gateway between worlds. Whether you consciously subscribe to these ancient beliefs or not, they endured for millennia for a reason. They spoke to a deep resonance with the Earth's energy. And today, you might feel that same thin edge beneath your feet, a tangible sense of standing between two seasons, two worlds. The light is shifting. The atmosphere is speaking. For those with ears to hear and hearts attuned, this date carries an undeniable, almost ineffable weight. True spiritual confidence isn't the absence of fear, it's the courage to move forward with it. Today, perception itself will feel fluid, malleable. This isn't a warning, it's an invitation to engage differently. Life usually has a familiar rhythm, a comfortable predictability. Then there are days like this, where the rhythm doesn't just change, it stutters. It pauses, holding its breath in a way you feel deep in your marrow. The air itself seems to thicken, suspending time for a heartbeat too long. That pause screams that something fundamental is off. Most will instinctively treat it as a stop sign. They'll retreat, contract, wait for the strangeness to pass. But retreat isn't your nature. You've learned, perhaps through hard-won experience, that discomfort isn't the enemy. That strange tug in your gut, that sudden atmospheric tension, isn't there to paralyze you. It's there to sharpen you. Your purpose isn't confined to the safe and familiar. It calls you to be the one who steps forward when the ground feels unsteady, who meets the unknown without demanding its credentials first. This is where many misunderstand courage. It's not the absence of fear, it's the decision to move while fear whispers its warnings, to hold your ground even as every instinct screams for retreat. Fear doesn't vanish for those called to awareness, it transforms into the most vital compass. Its presence is how you know you're standing at the threshold of something significant, something worth crossing into. Feel the weight in the air right now? It's not meant to crush you, it's meant to make you conscious of every step, every choice. This pervasive strangeness isn't random chaos, it's the stage being meticulously set. Every odd timing, every slight misalignment, every moment that feels off is a subtle doorway swinging open, but only for those willing to walk towards the uncertainty instead of scrambling away. The path won't be floodlit or clearly marked. It won't offer guarantees or safe passage promises. And that's precisely how you know it's the right one. What awaits you on the other side of today's threshold isn't likely to be a blinding revelation or an instant, dramatic transformation. It will be something quieter, yet infinitely more powerful, the profound, unshakable realization that you can trust yourself. Truly trust yourself. In any atmosphere, no matter how disorienting, charged, or uncertain it feels. You'll remember this day not because it handed you easy answers on a platter, but because you kept putting one foot in front of the other when everything conspired to convince you to freeze. That choice, invisible to almost everyone else, holds the seed of immense change. Understand this too, not every unseen presence carries malice. Some are here as guardians, as unseen support. If you feel an unusual awareness today, a sense that the very air is slightly alive, if you feel watched, it might not be paranoia. But it also might not be what fear immediately conjures. There's a vast difference between being monitored by something predatory and being observed by a presence that holds a quiet, steady hope for you. The distinction isn't always in the sensation itself, but in your body's response. Notice, does a sudden, inexplicable calm settle over your chest? Does your breath deepen naturally, without effort? Do you sense a subtle, unwavering steadiness at your back? That's the signature of support, not surveillance. These entities don't operate like storybook angels or guides announcing themselves with celestial fanfare. They move with profound patience. They observe not just your words about your path, but your actions when you think no one sees. How do you carry yourself when the day's energy tries to knock you off balance? Do you navigate the awkwardness with grace? Choose patience when snapping would be easier? Trust your own internal timing, even when it clashes with the world's frantic pace? You might never see a shimmering form or hear a footstep, but you'll feel their influence. That conversation on the brink of collapse that suddenly finds a smooth resolution. Finding exactly the right words you didn't know you possessed. A door held open just long enough for you to pass through without panic. They aren't puppeteers pulling your strings. They are guardians of the space around you, subtly holding back certain obstacles, creating just enough room for you to prove to yourself that you're ready for the next step. This isn't protection from challenge. You'll still face friction, delays, tense moments. But observe closely, notice how those challenges stop short of causing real damage. See how the right person appears exactly when an extra hand is needed. How you catch yourself before speaking a damaging word. That's their subtle signature, not saving you, but giving you the space and the opportunity to rise. There's a deep respect in their observation. They aren't here to make your journey easy, they're here to witness if you're ready to step fully into the larger life awaiting you. If today feels intensely intentional, if you sense a quiet push towards better choices, even in the smallest things, it's because they are leaning in closer. You may not capture proof on your phone, but the evidence will be in how differently you navigate this charged day. Today possesses a unique quality. It pulls your awareness half a step ahead of concrete reality, as if you're walking within the blueprint just before it solidifies into the world around you. It won't manifest as grand visions or thunderous prophecies. It will be fleeting, whisper quiet, easily dismissed. A thought flashes through your mind, casual, almost trivial. And moments later, the world shifts to mirror it. The sensation is uncanny, almost playful, like sharing a secret glance with the moment itself. You picture a specific sound, and seconds later, you hear it. You imagine movement in your peripheral vision, and there it is. The urge is strong to label it coincidence. But the pattern persists. These moments accumulate, subtle yet undeniable. With each one, you feel the space between thought and manifestation tightening, the gap where reality crystallizes its next move shrinking. This is the space where your heightened awareness lives today. It's not about controlling outcomes like a puppeteer. It's more like stepping onto a part of the timeline where your perception runs so close to the present moment that you brush against the very threads weaving the future. You sense events leaning towards manifestation just before they tip over the edge into happening. It's a fleeting, electric charge when you catch it. Holding your awareness here reveals how much of reality is constructed in those quiet, anticipatory seconds before it becomes visible to all. Your instincts will sharpen effortlessly. The subtle premonitions will occur more frequently, as if the moment itself is teaching you a new way of listening. It's a delicate dance. Strive to force it, and it evaporates. Simply notice, with open curiosity, and it aligns more readily. By day's end, you might find yourself smiling softly, without a specific reason. The proof will be there, woven into the small moments, the curtain swaying precisely as you imagine movement, the sound arriving right after you thought of it, the stranger dropping an object just as your gaze fell upon their hands. Individually, they change nothing monumental. Collectively, they reveal an essential truth: the barrier between your inner world and the outer reality is thinner than you ever believed. On days like this, your awareness slips straight through it. Watch the people around you. Notice the slight hesitations. They are feeling the same energetic shift you are, even if they lack the framework to name it. Human interaction usually flows with an invisible, effortless rhythm. Conversations click, timing aligns. Today, that rhythm stumbles. Someone answers a beat too late. A handshake lingers a fraction longer than comfortable. Laughter arrives slightly delayed, as if the room itself hesitated. It's not social awkwardness or miscommunication. It's a subtle, pervasive dissonance between internal timing and the external world's strange new cadence. Everyone's inner clock is trying to sync with the altered frequency in the air, but the calibration isn't instantaneous. That tiny pause before a response, that fractional hold on a gesture, is the echo of the adjustment. People feel a quiet, inexplicable frustration they can't place. Look closely, it's everywhere. The hand reaching for a door handle, then pausing. The friend starting to speak, then cutting off mid-breath. The stranger's eyes meeting yours, then flicking away too quickly. It looks like randomness, but it's a pattern, the shared symptom of a collective realignment. The external world pulses on one beat, our internal worlds scramble to catch up. The disconnect is minute, but the ripple it creates is palpable to those attuned. You might even feel it within yourself, words forming but not quite leaving your lips, second-guessing familiar gestures, entering a room feeling like an interruption even when you aren't. This isn't failing confidence, it's standing precisely where two layers of reality are brushing against each other. That friction, that tiny, pregnant pause, is where the shift is most potent. The awkwardness isn't a flaw, it's a sign the moment is stretching, evolving. The usual smoothness is absent because something deeper needs to be felt before it can be expressed. This is where your awareness naturally resides, not seeking the spotlight, but leaning into these small, charged spaces where others instinctively look away. While most rush to fill the silence, you might find yourself holding it, curious, listening for what it carries. And here's the unexpected beauty: when you stop trying to fix the awkwardness, when you simply let it be, the timing begins to feel strangely intentional. You realize these pauses aren't glitches in communication, they are the communication. They are the fertile void where the old rhythm dissolves, and a new, unknown rhythm tentatively learns to breathe. Today, you're not just witnessing the world hesitate, you're witnessing it take its first, trembling breaths in a new atmosphere. Ultimately, today isn't merely about observing the strange currents flowing through reality. It's about discovering what surfaces within you when the ground feels unstable. Predictability lets us coast on autopilot, repeating comfortable patterns. But days charged with this kind of energy? They shake us awake. They expose layers of strength, resilience, and intuition that remain dormant under calm skies. This hidden strength might not roar. It might arrive as a sudden, piercing clarity that cuts through months of indecision. It could be the quiet courage to voice a difficult truth when silence would be easier. Or it might be the subtle, insistent nudge to turn left instead of right, to make that unexpected call, to follow a feeling that defies logic. What makes today extraordinary is that the universe isn't just testing your mettle, it's offering you a window. A fleeting opening where the pervasive strangeness acts as a mirror, reflecting back capabilities you'd forgotten or never fully acknowledged. The collective unease is an invitation to discover your own center of calm amidst the hesitation, your profound presence amidst the distraction. Your deepest strength isn't loud or boastful, It's the quiet force that emerges precisely when you feel depleted, the steady hand that guides you when the map is blank. And here's the fascinating mystery. You might not even realize this strength has fully surfaced until you look back, weeks or months from now, and recognize today as the silent pivot point. The moment you didn't crumble under the pressure, but leaned into the uncertainty. The moment you didn't retreat, but took one deliberate, courageous step into the unknown. Because some energies arrive to unsettle us, and others arrive to reveal who we've been becoming, layer by unseen layer, all along. Today, pulsating with its strange electricity, holds the potential for both. If these words resonated with the hum you feel beneath today's surface, if you crave more explorations of the unseen currents shaping our reality, consider joining this journey. Your support fuels deeper dives into these mysteries. Hit subscribe. Share your own experiences of this potent day in the comments below, the synchronicities, the strange growth, the uncanny hesitations. What rose within you when the ground shifted? Let's unravel the tapestry together. Until the next threshold, stay aware, stay present, and trust the quiet strength awakening within you.